It is a gathering with one purpose: to examine wholly the issues that have been limiting the growth of women. The topic is not just by mere coincidence, but one pushed by well-conducted research on the factors that limit the female gender in the country, despite conscious global avowal to improve on it.
The barriers that affect women's participation in Nigeria's labor market are a wide range of things, right? We try to classify them into three buckets: the personal barriers, the organizational and family barriers, and then the cultural and policy barriers.
Being able to identify those barriers in these buckets lets you know how to attack them. So one of the things that are going to happen today is there's going to be a breakout session to discuss what are the key things that should come out, what are the key solutions for each of these segments.
So the speakers here have their task well cut out, that is, speaking to unmasking the barriers that have constituted the limitation not just at the personal but also at the institutional level, and that they do by sharing experiences both as professionals and builders of homes.
When I had my first child, I left my job. I didn't have a plan B, and I actually didn't know if I would ever go back to work. It took me maybe 7 months when my son was a year old to start thinking, okay, maybe this is not so bad. I can go back in, I can manage. But year after year, we lose thousands of experienced women because of those family responsibilities and barriers to that.
Panel and breakout sessions to further break down the issues and come up with suggestions, beginning with the practical perspective of the keynote speaker on how to lift the barrier and unleash the potentials of women.
There's often an assumption that women want to have what men want. It is true in some sense that women want to have what men want, but women don't want to be like men. And I always take the view that women don't want equality. What women want is equity. They want to have access to the same opportunities to behave as themselves.
When we talk about these biases, I think we really have to address what women face from birth, from home, because that sets the tone. Before you even go into the workplace, you already believe yourself inferior if you were brought up in a particular way. I look back on my life, and my father passed on in 2007, but in all the years that I lived with him as a child, I have no recollection of my father saying anything about boys and girls. And I think that was what gave me the confidence to go out and be whatever I wanted to be.
What I would like to take back from this is the conscious talking to oneself, to get rid of that bias that you yourself are not seeing. I think that's very, very crucial. That's very important. There's some things that we say, there's some sectors that we identify and put in that bias without knowing. I think consciously, I think we should be able to talk to ourselves and say, what are we doing, that is contributing to this gender bias.
The submissions here clearly indicate that organizations and other societal units need to be deliberate about opening the space and eradicate the entrenched prejudice that has over the years denied Nigeria of fully benefiting from the huge potentials inherent in the female gender. Tokumbo Oyetunji, Arise News, Lagos.